Vanakkam, welcome. How are you? So this is Bala for Bala Yoga School, 200 hours online TTC. So in this video, we are going to continue with our three gunas of nature. We were talking about when we were speaking about the three gunas. We listened to that we have the three gunas, which is basically Satvic, Rajas, and Tamas. Yeah. In this video, we are going to describe the same three qualities, but in terms of food, because we discussed that these qualities, our food has a very big impact on these three. Natures of our three gunas of ourself. So if you are eating tamasic food and we become very tamasic and other kind of things. So in this video we are going to describe about the three gunas in nature when it reference to the food. Yeah. So by changing our food habits, for example, we are talking in page number 26. We are when we change our food habits, what happens is that the kind of food that we eat changes the gunas of our body. For example, yeah. For example, the sattvic food. The sattvic food is the purest diet which increases vitality, energy, vigor, health, and joy. It's delicious, wholesome, agreeable, and agreeable with the body. So this is an important concept that we needed to be aware, because I'm not into this fad diets. Like for example, I will take vegan because. It is a bit impossible for me to understand the vegan concept, because the food that I'm eating, I know where the food comes from. Okay, if you are living in big cities and you really don't know where is your food coming from, then you need to be aware of what you put in your body. In my case, for example, I'm trying to grow as much vegetables as possible for myself and my family. In this, whatever I'm taking out from my farm is the most sattvic food, because it is pure, and it is fresh, most important of all, because we really don't get that much freshness. For example, if the city has to take the food from the neighboring city in India, all through the year we have almost like a perennial summer in some parts of India. But if you are living in Europe or in some parts of the world where it is where the season really changes from summer to cold, freezing cold, then the freshness of the food that is being produced is in question. Yeah. So that in that case, even the food looks very sattvic, but it is not that much sattvic. They put a lot of chemicals to store it for a long time, or the food doesn't have any nutrient values, so it becomes tamasic or rajasic. So you need to be mindful. That doesn't mean that okay, people who are in cold climate should stop eating. Should What should they do? Yeah, in that case, you needed to eat what is locally grown, what is locally sourceable. If meat is the norm, if the dairy is the norm, then you have to agree that this is going to be the process. That is one of the reason. For example, although in modern time yoga means always vegetarian and vegan diet, it is impossible that I can press this concept on somebody else. I'm a vegetarian, for example, and I really like eating a lot of food when I'm in India. But if it is not available, I kind of eat what is in my plate. If I go to somebody else's house and whatever is in their plate, you should eat it. You should not be like, I'm vegan or vegetarian, because unless otherwise we agree in earlier. So the same food, if you are going to put it in freezer for X amount of years, and then you take it out and then unfreeze and eat, it's as tamasic as eating meat. So you need to be super mindful about commenting on others, because this can hurt others, and this is not something very great. Of course, modern agriculture and modern modern poultries are not that much. They make the animals suffer so much that any food that is taken out of their body is really really poison. So having talked about all these possibilities, you need to be aware that any food that is agreeable to you and available for you and seasonal and local is the most sattvic food ever. They are vegetables, easily digestible, legumes, nuts, butter, cheese, tea, for example, right kind of spice, fresh buttermilk, and those kind of things. Yeah. And this gives the sattvic food always gives us calmness to our mind. It brings us peace in our body and in our mind. And because we are eating food that is not that doesn't give any it is not hurting any other animals or living beings. So we are not receiving any harmful chemicals from their bodies and their hormones. For example, we are talking about so much micro. So much biochemical problems that we have in modern times because we are eating farm like rat raised chickens or their eggs and which consumes a lot of food that is increased, that has a lot of bio chemicals maybe. Yeah, so you need to be aware. So try to eat grow as much vegetables as food as possible. You could grow your own poultry. If you are into eating meat, you can grow your own fish if there is a possibility. You can grow your own vegetables if that is a possibility, if you are a vegetarian. So what is agreeable with you and what is available for you makes a lot of difference, rather than sticking to some random norms that may or may not suit your requirement. So be mindful about this concept. And the Rajasic food is nothing but bitter, sour, saline, excessive hot, too much spice, pungent, dry, and the Rajasic food always overstimulates the body and excites the passion and makes the mind restless. That's what it's a very has a very Rajasic quality. The food that is deep fried and with a lot of herbs and a lot of spices and all this food. For example, they have a lot of uh, they have a lot of Rajasic qualities. So you should try to avoid. For example, we say coffee is a strong stimulant, so we should avoid it. In my case, I avoid it after 2 p.m. I don't drink. I don't drink coffee. I don't drink water also most of the times, and I don't eat dinner most of the times also. In that way, I'm avoiding all the stimulants after lunch itself. But this is possible for me because the quality of life, I go to sleep at 7:30 in the evening. So for me, I really don't need a lot of energy in the evening. But so yeah, this is what about Rajasic food. And Tamasic food. Tamasic food is basically tasteless, pureed, rotten, frozen. That is been cooked and recooked and reheated. So most of the idlis that we eat in modern times is from packets and stuff like that. So this is not very good. Fermented food, vinegar, for example, canned and frozen and deep fried. So Tamasic food gives us this heaviness. You're not really comfortable in eating actually. So this is a like decaying, because we are reheating the food again and again and again. And also food that is in Tamil, we say that the food that is cooked without any love is like Tamasic food. Even it could be the delicious, it could be the most fresh, but if you are eating food without any love in it, then it becomes a Tamasic food. So it's very important that you need to be aware of the effect food is going to have on our gunas. So it's not only like, okay, I want to have a Satvic life, so I will do a lot of yoga. It doesn't work like that. You have to change your diet also and find diet that is agreeable for you and understandable and enjoyable by you. Yeah, this is about 3 gunas on our diet. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you soon again. Have a very good evening.